When starting with calisthenics, it might be hard to figure out what you should focus on. There are countless of exercises with a large range of difficulty. There are basic movements such as the push-up and pull-up, but there are also harder skills like the front lever or the full planche. These exercises might look impossible at first, but with the right approach it should be doable. But how should you start? Most of all, I would recommend you to strengthen your core. As good as every calisthenics exercise is a compound movement in which your core plays a huge part. Strengthening this will make it easier to get used to new movements and will reduce the time it takes to progress. In the first half year of my journey, I trained core almost every day using different exercises and different intervals in order to target the muscles differently. During this, I focused on the basics of calisthenics, and having a solid core really made everything easier. This brings me to the second key to success. Focus on the basics. Before trying to train for the harder skills, it is advisable to get a solid fundament first. The most important basics in my opinion are push-ups, pull-ups, dips, the L-sit and leg raises. If you neglect these exercises, training for harder skills could take way longer and may demotivate you, or even lead to injury. Also, keeping to improve the basics is advisable for everybody, even the more experienced athletes. Another important key to success in calisthenics is to use different training styles into your workouts. It is important to build explosive and isometric strength as well as endurance. Doing this will help you become all-rounded and therefore will help you to completely master your body weight. The previous keys will get you an idea of how to start with your journey now, but the long term is also important. Things you do now might make things more or less difficult in the future. For example, if you want to learn the handstand later on, you could already start with keeping your shoulders healthy, by stretching them and building your mobility. I made the mistake by neglecting this, and when I finally decided to train for the handstand, I noticed that I didn't have enough mobility, so I had to work on it. The truth is that building solid mobility can take months to years to accomplish. That's why I wasted a lot of time and got really frustrated. By stretching now, you could avoid these surprises in the future and stay healthy during your trainings. The same thing goes for your wrists. Calisthenics consists of a lot of skills which put a high stress onto your wrists, especially when you get to harder movements such as the planche, where you have to push with your wrist in a larger angle. To avoid injury, it is wise to strengthen them and build your wrist mobility. Now, calisthenics might be difficult and frustrating sometimes, therefore I would like to point out some keys about your mindset. First of all, it is important to accept that it is a long journey. There are some skills which could take years to master. Looking forward to these movements can get you really excited and motivated, but sometimes it could demotivate you, because it just seems impossible or it seems like it is gonna take way too long. Therefore it is important to appreciate the journey and not only the end goals. I would advise you to write down as many goals as you can that you want to achieve. This includes long-term and short-term goals. This will get you a clear idea of what you want to accomplish and will enable you to tick off goals throughout your whole journey. And this will keep you motivated. Also, recording yourself will give you a clear idea of where you are and how you could improve. It could feel like you have a good position in a certain movement, but it could actually look a lot different. Also, seeing progress in your recordings will motivate a lot. Lastly, sometimes bad form could actually help you getting used to a certain movement. Think of kipping in muscle-ups. But it's really important to have the intention of doing everything in perfect form. This will get you way stronger and will make your skills look more clean. With the muscle-ups, it could be that at first you have to kip in order to get to this movement. But over time you should try to lessen the kipping and eventually do it in strict form without kipping. Thus, bad form could be good if the intention is to have perfect form. This is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked, like and subscribe.